Hi, and welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel, and we're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Now we're going to be talking with Portland Opportunities Industrialization Center and Rosemary Anderson High School, known as POIC/RAHS. That's how I write it, because that's a mouthful. With me here to represent is the President and CEO, Joe McFerrin II. Nice to have you here, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. So, like I said, POIC, the Portland Opportunities Industrialization Center, and Rosemary Anderson High School, there's a connection there that I don't think is clear to everybody. Can you kind of explain what it is you do and how this all works together?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Portland Opportunities Industrialization, that long name, is a national and international nonprofit. It was started in Philadelphia in the early 60s. And the primary mission was to work with low-income, predominantly African-American people during this period to help them get employment.
Okay.
And the model worked. Our founder, Leon Sullivan, put together a really strong model. The Department of Labor loved it and funded it. Oh. And so OIC centers were modeled from the first center in Philadelphia all around the country. So at the height of the movement, there were over 100 OICs in the United States. And we did that here in Portland.
How long ago did this start?
1968.
Oh, wow.
The Albina Ministerial Alliance said, hey, we want one of those OICs out here to help people in our community. And so from the national office, they worked with it. We got the okay, and OIC started. And from 68 to the mid-80s, it was an adult employment and training program, entry level. They helped adults get back into the workplace, get basic skills. And the Department of Labor decided to go in a different direction in the mid-80s and slashed their Department of Labor budget. And so Rosemary Anderson was the executive director at the time, and she of POIC, and she shifted her focus from working with adults to working with gang-impacted youth that were being pushed out of the public school system. That
would have been about the time, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And so she built the program up, and from the mid-80s till today, Rosemary Anderson High School is more of a known entity throughout Portland and Gresham and throughout Multnomah County. And what happened, the board decided, once Rosemary retired, to name the educational part of our organization after her. Oh, okay. And so that's why, so POIC provides the wraparound services, the administrative services, employment and training, mentoring, family outreach, and partner with a number of public and private agencies. And they're kind of the support system for the students and families in the high school. Okay. So we're more than just a high school.
Right, right. Yes. And that's great, especially for kids that are that need that extra support. And there's a lot of them out there. That's a wonderful thing to have that extra service there.
Yes.
The wraparound services. So the Rosemary Anderson High School, the first one was on North Killingsworth?
Yes.
Okay. And that's been there how long?
That's been there since about 86.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
And then now there's one in Gresham, Rockwood area.
Yeah.
And that's like 181st Division.
182nd in Division, Rockwood Plaza. Yes. Yes.
And now there's also one in New Columbia?
New Columbia.
In North Portland.
In North Portland,
wow.
yes.
So it's expanding.
Expanding, yes. And our motto, we want to go where the kids are. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about gentrification. And so opening a school or campus, small campus in Gresham seemed like it makes perfect sense. And couldn't have done it without the support of the local school districts and others throughout the community.
Yeah, there is a need in this community, and I think people realize that. But I also find that a lot of the social service agencies, the nonprofits, businesses are really coming together to try to support, the move of people coming to this area. And part of that was the Rock the Block event and so Rock the Block has been around for, I think this is its 4th year.
Yes.
Yeah. And POIC and Rosemary Anderson High School are. You're the, what do you call
Organizers.
it? The organizer. Thank you.
Yes.
The organizers this year. Why I can't remember that.
Yes.
So you're the organizers this year. Why did you, or why did this organization decide to take on Rock the Block this year?
Well, we were asked by one of our partners in the Gresham area, Pathfinders.
Pathfinders
They
of Oregon, yeah.
were, I give them all the credit, their leadership, Sharon Darcy,
Yeah, she was great.
working with the community to build this opportunity. And Pathfinders decided that maybe it was a stretch for them this year, so they had done an outstanding job. And so when Sharon asked if we would think about organizing, because it's time intensive, it's a lot of coordination,
A lot of work.
and I said absolutely. Given the fact that we had just opened a campus, or now we're in our 3rd year
yeah.
in our Rosemary Anderson East campus, and it made all the sense.
It does make sense. Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. So this event, for people that don't know, is a celebration in Rockwood. It's open to the public. It's free, and it brings together a lot of the government agencies, social service agencies, different resources available to people, and all in one place. And it's a really fun event. I know MetroEast has been involved for the last couple of years. We have a promo that Emily, our director on this show, put together for the Rock the Block, and maybe we could take a look at that, kind of give people a flavor of the fun that's involved in that event.
Yes.
So let's see if we can take a look at that now.
Rock the Block is a great community event because it provides a lot of resources to the community and the families that really need it. The food is free, the music is free, the smiles are free.
This is an amazing event. It's really the event for Rockwood and the community.
This is a great event for children because they get to come in, they get a t-shirt, they get a backpack as soon as they walk in, and then they get to just enjoy the whole event.
Rock the Block! Rock the Block!
To rock the block, rock.
How fun is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at the kids and the families. I mean,
know. And all those freebies for the kids. I mean, really, they get free food. It's really fun for the kids, and there's a lot to do. They have that parade, and all you have to do is look for that Mac stop with the bright pink and orange. I don't know what you call it. It's artwork, really, but it's beautiful. So people really flock to that. And so, what are you looking forward to this year at the Rock the Block? Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to seeing or being part of?
yeah, I mean, the whole event, the way it's structured, I mean, you could spend both days there having a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about the food that's going to be there, the dinner, the Food of Nations.
Yeah, the Feast of Nations.
Feast of Nations, yes.
With
And-
food
and-
from all over.
Yes, we have 4 primary vendors for that.
Do you know who they are this year?
You know, I don't have their names.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is either, but I know that it's always been, and it's a free dinner for the
Yes.
community. Anybody can come, and I mean, you might have to wait in line a little bit, but it's good food and it's great. And one of my favorite things that they had the past couple of years is in the parade they have the therapy llamas.
Yes, yes.
Which is just hilarious. These llamas, walking around, they're therapy llamas. I mean, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, so when you think about that, we're going to have over 2,500 attendees.
Wow.
We've got 250 volunteers. We'll have 50 booths
That's a lot.
with lots of organizations, both nonprofit as well as public organizations. Families and kids will have a great time. They'll get connected with services.
Right.
I mean, and this year, I'm excited that it's like rock your body, rock your brain.
Right,
so there's going to be a lot of movement going on.
There's a focus on movement and then
Yes.
also on STEAM or
Yes.
STEM, which the science, technology, science,
Engineering.
technology, engineering, and arts and
math.
Yeah.
Yes, and also physical fitness.
And physical fitness,
yeah,
right.
And part of it is we want to introduce STEAM concepts to kids at a younger age.
Yeah.
And get them prepared to see those opportunities as something that they can get into. So there'll be a lot of focus in the booths. I mean, I think The booths are required to have some sort of activity for the
Right,
kids.
right.
I mean, it's going to be Snowcap's going to provide 1,500 lunches. I mean, it is going to be entertainment on the main
And
stage.
entertainment's fun. Great music, dancing, it's all sorts of stuff. It's very, as you can see, very, very colorful. Here's that's I think the start of the parade, perhaps. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, how fun is how fun is that? I love the colors here.
Yes, and as long as, you know, I'm a part of POIC, I mean, we will always be a part of these kind of community celebrations. I mean,
Good.
to me, this is what community is all about.
Yeah, I agree. So, and then we have volunteers. I don't know what they do without the volunteers there.
Yes, 250
So there's the
volunteers.
llama.
Yes.
They're just hilarious. The kids love them. Rosewood Initiative, that's out here in this
Yes,
area.
one of our
There's a lot of
partners.
really great organizations out here. Right, there's me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a little goofy there, but tabling there. We had our one of our volunteers was a clown. He was doing balloon animals there and getting people to our table. So I know this year they have the STEAM tent where they're going to have people doing different organizations or groups doing sort of what am I trying to say, displays and exhibits and trying to show what they have to offer, but it's all with that STEAM theme. STEAM theme.
Yes.
I think we have one of our producers is going to bring maybe some GoPro cameras and things like that. But really, kids need to focus on those areas to get ahead and to get jobs, right?
Yes.
And that's I think there's way more focus on the science and technology aspect than there ever was when I was a kid, certainly. And that's, but that's where the jobs are at. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, we as an organization, we work very hard to get young people and young adults prepared for the future so that they can take care of themselves and be self-sufficient. Right. And the industries, the labor market is the forecast is it,
they're clamoring for people
yes,
that have
you got to
that,
have those skills and that background.
What's the success rate of Rosemary Anderson High School?
So for Rosemary Anderson High School, our graduation rate is between 85 and 90%. But just to qualify, we do it slightly different than the traditional schools because we often get students who are 2-3 years behind in credits. So we look at students in their final year, if they have 8 or fewer credits in order to graduate. Those are the numbers we look at when we look at our graduation rate. Because we have students graduating in their 4th year of high school, their 5th year of high school, and some even in their 6th year of high school.
A lot of kids, this is like their last chance school.
Absolutely,
right?
and we love that role in community. We feel like we're a safety net for kids that may have stumbled or have faced lots of trauma.
Right.
So we want to be there to keep that hope alive that they can work through their issues and become productive contributors to our community.
Good. I think that's it's really important that they have that as an opportunity for them.
Yes.
I did a little bit of work with the Rosemary Anderson High School out here with an organization, a little bit of mentoring, and the kids were wonderful. I mean, very open and very receptive, and they knew that this was, they were very open about the fact this is their last chance to really make it, and they were going for it. It was,
Yes.
and the staff and everybody was very supportive. I was very impressed. So, what else do we need to know about Rock the Block coming up? This is June 3rd.
June 3rd and 4th.
And it's going to be, so June 3rd is a Friday.
Yes.
And so it's after school. It starts at like 3 to 8 p.m. And that's the night of the dinner, correct?
Yes, that's the feast.
Yes, the Feast of Nations, yeah. And then the next day, the 4th of June, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. At noon is the kids' parade and the free lunch.
Yes.
Which is fun. And this is at Plaza del Sol.
Yes.
That colorful area there. So
perfect location.
It is. And the first year that we were involved, which was the second year, it was kind of windy, a little bit rainy. People came out in droves.
Yes.
It was amazing. And they didn't care. They had a good time. So it's a really fun event. What else do you want us to know about POIC, RAHS before we go?
Well, what I wanted to say is I wanted to give a shout out to our major sponsors.
Okay, yeah.
You've got Multnomah County, City of Gresham, V&B Philanthropy, and of course, our media sponsor, MetroEast. Yeah, so
Thank you.
And we have 15 other sponsors that all contribute to make this event come together. So I
can't do it
just really,
without, yeah.
yes, I wanted to say thank you and how much we appreciate you,
Thank you.
and,
Thank you.
all of our other sponsors to bring this event to Rockwood.
Good. And Rockwood is really rising, as they say. You know,
Yes.
it's the it's the place to be. People are really coming together as a community to pull it up from by its bootstraps and get it where it needs to be. And it's a great community event. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there, so I will see you there.
Yes, I will be there.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks very much, Joe, for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. And don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Community Hotline.
Was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready Camera 1.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready Camera 2.
Very professional, experienced people.
You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready Camera 3. Take 3.
To be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.